Let's get some more people in here. Okay. Let's go live. Guys, you know how this goes. Anyone that's on Instagram, hop across to YouTube, link in the bios. Yo, shout to, I see you, Fax. I see you guys. I see you. Hit the link in the bio. And we're going to be doing a whiteboard session tonight. You see, I got the whiteboard. If you're watching from Instagram, it's going to be back to front, so it's going to be no good. So we need to go across. And once we get a few people across, then we shall start the live. Yes, what's going on, Yusuf? I see you, my brother. You know what to do, bro. Hop across to YouTube. And then we'll get it started. We'll get a few people across, and then you know, if you're not out tonight, then you might as well be inside here today, because we're gonna. If you're not out, you might as well be inside. If you're not out, you might as well be inside tonight. You know what I mean? Guys, once you hop across, make sure you like the video. It's so simple, so easy. The first thing I need you to do is once you hop across to the YouTube, you like the video, please. Quite simple, just like the video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It's quite easy. Shout out to Lisa, Lena, I see you, sis. We're streaming on YouTube. If you want to watch it properly, just click the link in the bio. Hop across, give a like. Hop across to YouTube, drop a like in the video. Yes, Cutie Pick, I see you. Cutie Pie says, great topic. It is going to be a great topic. Tonight's topic is going to be the war on masculinity. I think it's quite a good topic. I've seen quite a few things this week that made me want to have this discussion. And I thought, you know, Friday, let's just put it up and have that discussion. A couple of people asked me to do the live. Yeah, shout out to Talk Real Podcast. I see you. Yes, says good evening, Chai. Elio's screaming uncle. Oh, my niece is watching. She's screaming uncle. Yes, she's screaming uncle. I love that. Big up my niece Elio. She's watching me. Why is she up now anyway? Am I disturbing her? She's probably, my sister's trying to put her to sleep. And then she can hear uncle and see uncle. She's like, uncle, why are you not speaking to me? No, baby. Uncle is streaming live. I love that. My niece is watching. But you should be going to sleep. Oh, it is Friday. I'll let you off. What's she saying? Honestly, masculinity has gone out of the window. Yes, we'll go into that. We're definitely going to go into that. If you're saying masculinity has gone out the window, we're going to be discussing some of the stuff. My sister says Friday night she's allowed to be up. Yes, Friday night she's allowed to be up. She is. Big up my niece Elio, my little model there. Yes. So the war against masculinity, guys. Please share the stream. We're gonna get quite a few more people inside, and then we're gonna start to go. Get a few people inside. Then we're gonna start to go, guys. We're streaming on YouTube. So if you're on Instagram, it's going to be back to front, as you can see. You're not going to be seeing it clearly. So unless you want to be sitting there with a mirror and going back to front, then it's not going to be that good for you. So guys, as you like the video, please share the stream. And yeah, we're going to be talking about the war on masculinity. I definitely believe there's a war on masculinity. I'm a man. I'm a masculine man. I mean, if you couldn't tell, then yeah. And I love being a man, and I love, you know, masculinity. And the reason I want to talk about it tonight is because as it clearly says, the war on masculinity, the war against masculinity, and I think it's an important discussion that men should have, and especially for all the younger men that watch my content. You know, I know there's a lot of younger men that do watch the content, so I think for them it's quite important that we have these discussions. And look, when we have the whiteboard makes it easy as well, because then we get to put our thoughts straight on it. So we'll just get straight into it. We'll get into it and we'll start. So the war on masculinity. So first of all, I'm going to start is what is masculinity? So we're gonna start with that. All right. Okay. So what is masculinity? Yeah. Oh, what? I think I had I've got a better pen. I think. Let me change my pen. I think this one's a bit weak. Yeah, this one's better. I want to write it again. This one's a little bit weak. See, a good teacher's gonna have multiple pens. See, and the reason I've got multiple pens from all those donations you guys give. Shout out to everyone that keeps sending me donations and members. That's why I can afford to have multiple pens now. See. Big you up, guys. Like the video. So yeah, so we'll start. I'll write again on my better pen. What is masculinity? Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna start with. What is masculinity? All right. So let's start with that. What is masculinity? Everyone talks about masculinity. We'll get into toxic masculinity. Oh, yeah. Let's not skip some stages. Let's just start with the basis of masculinity. So, guys, tell me to you guys. I need you guys to be active. When we have the whiteboard out, we need the chat to be active in order for it to work. Okay. So I need everyone in the chat to be active with me. So when I ask you some questions, make sure you're typing and you're giving me feedback. So we'll start with what is masculinity. All right, women, to the ladies in the chat, what is masculinity to you? You know, I just want to hear it. I want to hear it. Okay, what she says. Cutie Pie says, she says, I would say masculinity. Say masculinity is displaying attitudes, that behaviors that signify and validate maleness and involves being recognized in a particular ways by other men and women. Ooh. Let me read that again. Cutie Pie says, I would say masculinity is displaying attitudes and behaviors that signify and validate maleness and involve being recognized in particular ways by other men and women. Okay. All right. I can dig that, as they say. I can definitely get down with that. I can, because that essentially is a version of what masculinity is. So definitely that's a version of what masculinity is. So we'll definitely have that. Who else? That was a very detailed explanation of what she considers masculinity to be, and it involves being recognized by other men and women. One of the things I always say, as men, you have to be recognized by other men within the group. So you can't really tell me all the things that you're doing as a man if you're not being recognized by other men in that same group. Okay, so that's one of the things that you got to do. So what's she saying? So how will we put that down? Attitudes and behaviors matter. What in a sentence? What would we call that? What is she saying? She's saying that to be a man's man, basically. And when they say what is it to be a man's man, it's to be a man that other men recognize what you're doing, and they understand you, and they can vouch for you, and they'll say, okay, cool. So yeah, it's to be a man's man. All right. So what is masculinity? To be recognized by other men in the group. Okay. Recognition. Peer group. Opposite sex. Okay. That's a nice way to start it off. I think that's a nice way to start it off. I think that's a good way to start it off. I think. I think that's a good way to start. So we'll start off with what is masculinity. So being recognition by your peer group, by other men and the opposite sex. So that was something that a woman put down. And the reason I wanted to use that is because I want to use your examples. I want to use your examples as my examples. So very different to women. Yeah. Our opposite sex. What is masculinity? Being strong. Okay. So when we talk about being strong, we're not just talking about physical. It's not just physical strength. That is one attribute of a masculine man. We wouldn't, I think most people would most people would say that if you're strong, if you have muscles, most people would recognize that as a manly man, as a masculine man. Shout out to Cam, we're streaming live on YouTube. You know what to do, hop across straight to YouTube. So strong, physical strength, yes. All right, strong, physical. Spoke about physical. All right, strength, physical strength. That's an attribute. Physical strength is an attribute of a masculine man. Okay, so before we can tonight's discussion whiteboard session is going to be on the war of masculinity. Please like the video. But before we can even get into it, we need to start with what is masculinity. All right. What is that? Is the because how are we going to even discuss the war in it if we don't even know what it is? And there's if somebody wants to go into somebody there, please go onto Google and search the definition of what masculinity is. But you're going to discover that whatever the definition of it there is, a lot of people are going to have their own, especially women, they're going to have their own interpretation of what it is to be masculine and to be a man. And this is why it's a good conversation, and particularly with a lot of things and we're going to talk about the war of masculinity, but in order for us to do that, we need to first speak about what it is to be masculine. So recognition by other males in the group, the peer group, and by the opposite sex to recognize your masculinity, your strength. Okay, so then we talk about strong, a physical attribute, the strength of a masculine man. But then I'm going to talk about emotional. Okay, so there seems to be, just don't cry, bro. Just don't cry. Now, I prescribe to a man should not cry to his woman. Okay, that's what I prescribe to. A man should not cry to his woman. I've had discussions on it on podcasts, on platforms, and we've had discussion over times and over again. But I said a man should never cry to his woman. I did not say a man should never cry. See, this is a bit they miss out. They always like to miss out these bits. I said a man should never cry to his woman. I never said a man should never cry. I believe, yes, as a man you should able to let out your feelings at some point in your life. I do believe that. But don't listen to women when they say cry to me, it's okay. Just don't. Bro. Do you know how many girls have told me, oh, my ex cried to me? Are you listening to what I'm telling you? My ex cried to me. So you cried to her. There's an ex out there right now that cried to her, and now she's telling me you cried to her. Why did you cry to her, bro? What did you think I was gonna do? The moment you cry to a woman, it automatically she loses respect for you. They're gonna be in the comments saying, no, that's the wrong type of woman. It's not their fault, okay? Bro, have you seen what you look like when you cry? Have you seen what you look like when you cry? When you're with the snot just dripping all on your face. Once she sees you like that, she's never gonna rate you again. It's not her fault, bro. It's not her fault. Women, listen, women are hypergamous. It's not their fault. A lot of things we have inside of our bodies, and it's just the way nature is. They keep trying to tell us we're not creatures of habit, but we are. No woman wants to see their man cry. Even in the worst crisis, she wants to see you strong enough to handle it. Listen, we have leaders. Look at our leaders that lead our country. Do you ever see them crying? What leaders do you see crying? They don't cry. Because you need to know, even in the biggest crisis, they're going to go, No, you don't want your leader to cry. You want him to go and drop some bombs on something and something happens. You don't want him crying. So emotional strength means that you as a man need to be able to keep your feelings in check. So when we say to kids, young men, young boys, when they're 3 years old, 2, whatever, don't cry, be a man. We're not saying to the kid, to never cry. What we're trying to teach the young boy is he needs to handle his emotions, because if he grows up crying, if he grows up being a crybaby, you know what's gonna happen? That crybaby emotion, when they get older, that crybaby emotion, it doesn't cry anymore. It comes out in anger and frustration. So it's important for men, from their boys, to understand and don't cry, because what you're teaching him is to control that emotion. You're not saying he can never cry, but if he doesn't learn to control the emotion as he gets older, that emotion will now transition to anger, and that's very dangerous. I'm telling you guys something. So part of masculinity is being emotional, but being able to control your emotions, all right? Let me go through the chat. Yes. Man says, big up Yusuf. He says masculinity is the opposite to Bruce. Oh, I mean, you know the ones. Anyone on Instagram, guys, you're not able to see it properly. You need to, as it says, best way to work, search my name is China. Business says attending to responsibilities, priorities, and being accountable. We'll get into that. Mental. Because being a man, you need to have mental strength. Okay, listen. One of the things as men we need to understand is life is not going to be kind to us, man. Life is not going to be kind to you or myself. That's just what it is. Life is not meant to be kind. They might have sold us a dream, but a lot of men will go into work till we drop, and that's it. Okay, all right. You're going to pass away before your wife, your missus, whatever it is. Some of you men are going to die alone. That's what it is. Okay, all right. So, all right. The mental strength that men need to have, particularly in a time when you know it's a lot harder for men, you need to have a lot of strength, mental strength, the pressures, social pressures, social economic pressures, relationship pressures. Like, you know, mental health is on the rise, especially for men. Listen, this is why I always tell people they don't care about men's mental health. I care, but I know most people don't care. They only care about men's mental health on social media. In real life, your ex does not care about your mental health, bro. These girls don't care about your mental health. They, like, when you're up and things are going well for you, you're gonna see everyone's gonna love you. But try when you lose some things, or things don't go, you discover something, and then that's gonna be a test. How was it when you had everything? How was it when you had everything? You was the man. Everyone was rating you. Then you lost it all, or did whatever. Where was everybody else? Where were they? Were they still there? Were they still championing you? Guys, please like the video. Please like the video as you hear. So mental strength is very important for men. Trust me. I understand. Do you get me? Especially after the last few years, coming off the back of the madness that we had, the cough. Like, you know, people are still trying to, you know, get back to where they was. A lot of people lost a lot, you know. The mental strength, the mental pressures that men have are just, they're so deep, the mental pressures that men have, all right? So mental strength is very important. It's very important. Let me go through. Yeah, but I like that. Attending to responsibilities, priorities, and accountable. Responsibilities. All right, cool. Responsibilities. I don't even know, what did I spell there? Yeah, responsibilities, okay? Masculinity is about handling your responsibilities, all right? People think masculinity is about being the biggest, being the strongest, being the loudest. No, getting the most women. That's not what masculinity is about. That's not it. No. Anyone could do that. That's not masculinity, all right? Responsibilities. Yes. Accountability. I'm all about accountability. See, you guys think that I only speak to women. No, I hold men so much accountable. One of the things that I always say to men is when they say, oh, stuff like when a girl's having a baby and they say stuff like, oh, she trapped me. And I'll be like, she trapped you? Yeah. I'm like, okay, go. How did she do that? Explain it. Do you know how funny it is here when a man tries to explain how a girl is having a baby and how they trap them is one of the most funniest things ever. Just listen to it. It's like man starts stuttering, so I'll be like, so what happened? You know what I mean? So I put this huge accountability I put on men because you all right, so the one thing you can do as a man is exercise sexual discipline, protect yourself, okay? The moment you give your seed over to a woman for any reason, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh, fam, it felt so. I don't want to hear all the excuses. Oh, she said she was on the pill. Oh, she couldn't get pregnant. Bro, I don't want to hear nothing. The moment you give your seed to another woman, yeah, and you believe in that woman and you give her your seed, that's it, bro. I don't want to hear it again, okay? Because a woman has autonomy and sovereignty over her body. So the moment you give that, if she wants to have that, that's your fault. I don't want to hear it. There's no accidents, bro. It's you. You control it. You control it. Because the moment you give it to her, you don't control it. So no child is born into this world because a man wants it, and no child isn't born into this world because a man doesn't want it. That's the truth of the matter. Because no man can, unless the man physically forces you, but all women have control over their body. A woman can't say, oh yeah, he made me get away. I'll be like, how did he make you get rid of your baby? Oh, he convinced me. How did he convince you? It's your body. Just like I'm going to say to a man is, how did she trap you? It's how you raise your kids. Accountability. And one of the things I find so funny is I find hilarious is, why do we put accountability on teenage kids? Even if not under age 15, I'll say 16. And even if they were, yeah, you'll say underage, let's say 16. Because you have people just trying to focus. Let's say 16. If you have a 16-year-old child, brother, nephew, niece, and they come home pregnant, okay, and they tell you, but things happen, I use protection. I don't think we should blame the kids. They're kids. They don't know anything. They've been alive 16 years. Do you know who we should blame? We need to blame women in their 30s, in their 20s. Like, you know what I'm saying to you, that repeatedly will go out there and do the same thing. You can't tell me you didn't know what's going to happen. A 16-year-old, they had, like, come on, I have more allowance for 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old than I have for grown people because they're young. So we should allow them. We should allow them. But you're not going to allow them, are you? You're going to say no. So why am I allowing grown people? Accountability. This goes for men. This is why I don't accept nothing. This is why, because I put the same accountability on men as I do to women. You just don't hear it. All right? So accountability is a big part of being of masculinity, because you can't be a masculine man and you're not being accountable for your sins. All right? Yes, big up Black Savage. I see you. Yes, when Black Savage is in, I know we're about to start cooking. Sorry, bro. Man's had a couple. You know what it is? Certain times I want to promote. I'm just like, you know what? Let's just go. But I've been busy. Yeah, self-control. That's a good one. Self-control. These are good ones. Self-control. You need to have self-control as a man. As a masculine man, you need to have self-control. You need to have self-control at all times, man. You need... Okay, and I like that. Shout out to Business for that. That said self-control, because that goes back to what I said about the emotional, when I was saying about, oh, you need to be able to control your emotions, okay? That goes back to self-control. Like, you start off learning to control your emotions as a young boy, you know what I mean? You need to control your emotions, you get angry, you do things, you don't hit out. And then, as you get older, that's going to have to be self-control, all right? That's one of the... Listen, I have immense amount of self-control. I'm better at it now that I'm a lot older. I'm a big man. When I was a lot younger, I didn't have it. I just did not have it, okay? And I am more on the side of not having it than having it. So it takes me more to be self-controlled. But because you have more to lose, and as a big man, you can't react how you reacted when you was on. It's just the way it is. you just don't have the same. First of all, no one's gonna have the same amount of sympathy for you because you're a big man. So people always gonna be like, oh, why man fighting? Oh, you're big. They're always gonna use that like as if getting older stops people like things happening. You get me? That's not what happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, they'll say things like that. Maintaining self-respect and integrity. Yeah, that's one. Definitely, that's one. True masculinity, stand by your words. That's one. Having strong boundaries. Yeah, but I don't think boundaries. Yeah, man has to aim to say no. I'll put that. Yeah, boundaries. Boundaries. I like that. Boundaries. I like that. What else? Well, I need to plug something in. I think. Why is it not? Therefore, was it plugged in now? What we got here? We've got to maintaining respect and integrity. Yes, guys, make sure you like the video, please. Everybody that steps into the chat, please like the video. It's free, it's easy, and it gets you straight inside. Yes, big up Chelsea. I see you. I see you. Big up Chelsea. Chelsea, masculinity. What is masculinity to you, Chelsea? What do you? I mean, unless you're like a feminine man, some women do, but we're talking about masculinity tonight. So when you look for when you think of masculinity in a man, what is it that you think? What is masculinity to you? Okay. We'll just get a couple more. Then we're going to talk about the change. What's happened? And also, you know what? Actually, guys, let's get some names of when you think of masculine men. Let's get some names. All right. So let's get some names. Action men, people like as we're growing up. Who do you think of them? I'm gonna give you one straight away. All right. So we're gonna think about some names now. Names. So I did in blue names. So we're gonna drop some names. And my first one is Yippee-ki-yay-mo. Come on, Bruce Willis, man. Come on, man. What do you know about Bruce Willis, man? Bruce Willis. Listen. Bruce Willis. Let's get some names. You can't tell me when you think about masculine. You can't tell me you don't think about Bruce Willis. How he actually like. That's why in my mind, I got some other people, but straight away I thought about Bruce Willis. Straight away. He says boundaries. Let me land, try. If you don't have boundaries, firstly, that's a weak man. Then it has a knock-on effect. Weak men get disrespected by the women, society, and other men. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, you need to have boundaries. 100%. Yeah. I get you on that one. It says top G. Yeah, he is. Andrew, top G. Yeah, put him there. Definitely. Let's get some names. Sean Connery. Definitely. Anyone that played Bond is massive. You know how Bond used to do. Listen, Bond was mad. Bond He's supposed to be doing missions, but he's mashing. He's doing hella drillings. He's actually doing drillings and he's beating off the things. How he's gonna sleep with he'll sleep with the ops missus, piss them off, and mad. He's gonna sleep with a girl that he knows has been sent to kill him. It's crazy. Bond, like anyone that played Bond, the whole emphasis of Bond, yeah. Like, are you alright? Come on. Justin Waller. Who's Justin Waller? Jay Waller. Who's that? Which one's that? Justin Waller. I don't know. Which one's that one? Elliot Hulse. Who are these names? I don't know these people. Ain't no one gonna say Sylvester Stallone. Ain't no one gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who are these names that you're telling me? I don't know these, man. Justin who? Waller. Yeah, man. I could work with that Vin Diesel. Come on. This Vin Diesel. Come on, Vin Diesel. Like, come on. Vin Diesel. These are masculine men. See, you might have given me people I don't know. I'm being honest. Come on, give me some names. You grew up in, like, who you got? No one even told me no Steven Seagal. Am I going to finish this whole thing for you? Steven Seagal. I'm going to keep going. Because obviously you guys don't know about masculinity. Apparently you guys telling me about Justin Waller. Who the hell is Justin Waller? Tom Hardy. What, Arnold sticks up for the pride flag? Yeah, but I don't know about that. But he definitely was Mr. Masculine, bro. He was a Terminator. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know what he's doing now. Wesley Snipes, thank you. Yes. Dolph Lundgren, raw. Dolph Lundgren. Man said Dolph, you know. RP Young Dolph, but Dolph Lundgren. Come on. Get me, Dolph Lundgren. That's a serious guy. That's a serious guy. Who's getting better now. Mr. T, thank you. Come on. This is masculinity. I'm trying to build a picture. Mr. T. All the gold chains. Listen, when I don't care who you was. Every little black boy that grew up in the 90s, Mr. T was an idol. Listen, with the gold chains, all my life I wanted to be like Mr. T. Everybody wanted, that's why I was buying gold. That's why I was buying gold. We all love Mr. T. Come on, big up Mr. T. Sasha who? You guys are making Mike Tyson, thank you, man. Come on, you guys are dropping some dead names right now. Mike Tyson, Iron Mike. Come on, Mike Tyson. This is what I'm talking about. Mike Tyson. Tupac. Come on. Are you alright? Tupac was a definition of masculinity. Tupac was a definition of masculinity. Are you okay? Come on, guys. Come on, think. I want you to think. Think of the time you grew up in a time when they say men were men. Think about the strong-hearted. Think about it. Because we're going to switch it around to where we are shortly. I'm trying to build a picture. Help me build a picture. Help me build a picture. Malcolm X, bro. Yeah, I hear that. But let's keep it more current. Big up Malcolm X though. Yeah, we done that. Sasha Michelle from Kickboxer 2. I don't know these youths. Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Trump definitely is masculine. He said I grabbed in the pussy. What? That is crazy. Trump, bro, Van Damme, Flex, watch it, and you man keep. Hey, wait, a man said that. Wait, hold on. Who did you say? Winston before that, was it? Let me see what you said, Winston. You said some shit. What you say? Wesley Snipes in Blade. Big up Wesley. That black ass Wesley Snipes. Big up Wesley Snipes. Thomas Sankara. Nah, stop trying to get so political, man. I told you, man, to give me masculine people, yeah? You man are getting too political. Don't get too political. Let's keep it on a, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it on where people know. Not too political. But big up Sankara. Don't you know that's my nephew's is named after him, Sankara. But no, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes, yes. Okay. Come on, let's get some more. We're painting a picture here, guys. We're building up a picture. Man said Vladimir Putin, you know. God damn, Uncle Phil. You said Uncle Phil. Bro, this is what I'm trying to say to you. Uncle Phil, masculine. Yeah, but we gotta do better, bro. We gotta do better, alright? We gotta do better, alright? We gotta do better. Okay? We gotta do better, alright? That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. Van Damme, alright, cool man, chill out man, Van Damme. Van Damme. Come on, Slice Stallone. Are you starting to get the picture? We're building a picture, okay? We're building a picture. Are you starting to get a picture? Alright? So what we're saying is we started off with this is the war of masculinity, but in order to discuss the war of masculinity, how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna do the war of masculinity? In order to do it, we started with what is masculinity, alright? So we say is recognition by your peer group, the opposite sex. Then we spoke about masculinity. You need to be strong, right? But it's not just about physical strength. It's also about emotional strength. You know, how you control your emotions. We spoke about why it's important to teach young men, especially boys, how to control their emotions. And then we spoke about the mental strength that men need to have, especially now. And we speak about men's mental health and how important it is and the type of things we've got to be doing. So, you know, and then we spoke about responsibility, the responsibilities of men. Men need to be need to be responsible, and need to have accountability. I hold huge accountability on women because I hold the same accountability on men. Extremely the same accountability. It's just different. You have different outcomes for your decisions, all right? That's all it is. And the man needs to have self-control. So then we spoke about and boundaries too. So we spoke about, so then that leads us onto when we grew up, you know, what did we see as masculine? Who were the masculine men? So what do you think of when you think of masculine men? Name me some masculine men. And so that's what we're doing now. Ice Cube, 50 Cent, yes. 50 Cent. 50 Cent, very masculine. He is a panda. Idris Elba. Yeah, Idris is masculine, he is. But I don't think of him when I think of about masculinity. Idris Elba doesn't jump to my head. But yes, of course he's a masculine man. But I'm just thinking about more. I'm thinking about who defined what masculinity was, and there was a clear definition of what masculinity was at a time, and what men and how men exhibited it. So I think I want to kind of keep to that, you know. Our fathers, loads of ourselves look at to have our fathers. I mean, not everybody's father was masculine. My father was incredibly masculine, but I don't think everyone learned that from their fathers. You would hope they did, but I don't think every man learned that. DMX, yeah, DMX was masculine, extremely masculine. DMX, Dark Man X. Okay, so all right. So let's talk about where we are now. So we've got what I just trying to just. The idea was we kind of understand an idea of what masculine men look like, and we all kind of there's a general consensus that when we see masculinity, we know what it is. All right. So we're gonna just say that we're gonna say we kind of all understand now what masculinity is. All right. We know what the word is. We recognize it when we see it. And we generally, you know, we have come to a general consensus that we see what masculinity is, all right? So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So it comes to a general consensus, we know what masculinity is, so that's a good thing, all right? So then what we're gonna do now? What we're gonna do now is so we know what masculinity is. We know about, we all grew up to masculine men. So let's talk about the change. All right. Jason Statham, yeah, guys. I think you can chill off with the names now. We got a lot of names, but I will put. I like Jason Statham. I do. So I'll put Jason Statham on there because he's one of my favorite actors. Jason Statham. So I'll put him on there. But the idea is we could continuously throw on names on there, but we all know what masculinity is now. We know what masculine men look like, and what types of movies they are, and the personality traits that they have, because we were all able to just do this together now quite simply and quite easily. So with that being said, we can probably go on to the next thing. And the next thing would be is there's been a change. All right, so if that's masculinity, the opposite of that is what we're talking about: the war against and the feminizing of the man. Let's talk about it. Now, this is not going to be a stream about trying to disrespect any certain groups or trying to bash anyone. No, it's not even about that really. This is more just about men and how about our experiences and what it was like for those men and what it is like for us men. And that's really what it's about. Okay, so there seems to be something. There was a clip that went around and it features a guy from the LGBTQ community, a black guy, and he's basically saying that men that that are insecure or don't like being around gay people is because deep down they are because they're gay, and his explanation is that if when you say you don't like something, that says you really like it. So his logic was, people say they don't like chicken, but deep down they really want to have chicken. Vegans say they want to be vegan, but deep down they know they want to have that meat. Pause. And it went viral and it's gone click. But it's quite, I've heard it before, and it's actually, what's interesting? That they say the same thing that women say. Women tend to say, women tend to say things like, oh, he just because he likes me. Oh, they'll tend to use those types of things. And it makes probably sense if they prescribe to that mentality, why they would say that. But in reality, this is what it is. We're in a scenario where you're being told that I simply said, listen, I don't like rats and cockroaches. Don't mean I want to be one. I want to lie down one. I don't like rats or cockroaches. Does not mean I wanted rats or cockroaches. So that type of mentality, yeah, it's completely flawed and it's stupid. But what I'm trying to say is we're in a scenario where we're being told as a masculine man, all right? There's a saying, birds of a feather flock together, all right? So, I have no problem with what people want to do with their lives, but me personally, I don't see what I would have in common chilling with people doing. Like, so I'm saying, like, I can work with you, I can do, but chilling with you every single, what do we, like, when it's time to go out with the man them, like, we don't, same thing, so it wouldn't make sense. But if you're talking about in a work scenario, in a collaboration scenario, of course, it's business, it's work. Like, so I'm saying to you, it's human, it's nature, it's people. That's fine. But if you're talking about chilling and just vibes in, nah, what am I doing chilling the vibe? No, like, and then they'll say, oh, that's because you're insecure. So let me get this right. Let me get this straight. What you're telling me is that if I say that I don't want to chill with people that are gay, then that's because deep down I'm really gay. But if I chill with them, then I'm not gay. This is what we call gay logic. I'm sorry. This is because how am I now being told as a straight man that I am now being forced to have to, because if I don't, then that means, do you understand the logic? What's going on now? So this is what the war of masculinity is, because I have no problem with what people want to do, but I don't want to be told that if I don't particularly want to chill with you or want to associate with you for any reason, that's because, oh, I prescribe to that. Deep down, I prescribe to that. That's just, it's archaic thinking. But this is how women will say things. Oh, he just wants my. No, I don't want you. You're a dead thing. I don't want you. So I'm saying. So I think yeah, it's archaic thinking. So this is why I say the war of masculinity, because that clip went viral and people are like, hold on a second, what do you mean? This doesn't make any sense, right? It's a crazy way of thinking. You guys are still bringing names now. I said it's a crazy way of thinking. So yeah, what do you think? What do you think about what I'm saying? What do you think about what I'm saying? Is it cap? Because this is where we are right now. Okay, I told you about where it was, and I just told you about where we currently are right now. All right, this is where we are. All right, this is currently where we are. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? This is where we are. Guys, look alive, please. Chat. Don't get quiet. Please keep alive. All right. So there's the war of masculinity. All right. When did it start? When did the shift start? What year do you think it is? What year did it start? I would say about 2010, because we had the 2012 Olympics, and I think things started changing around then. I think it started changing around then. So about 2010, it starts. So let's get a timeline going. 2010. 2010, the war starts. Okay. I would say about 2010, the war starts. This is when the war begins. All right. So I think about 2010 is about the last. Yes, that's when it starts. All right. That's when it starts. When feminism took over. Nah. Yeah, but I'll say about 2010 is when the war starts. That's when the actual war starts, all right? That's when it starts. And that's when that's when the war starts, okay? A push for new ideas. Push new ideas, all right? About 2010, that's when the push starts for new ideas. And what are these new ideas, guys? What was the difference? What started to change? What did you start to see? What did they start to say? What did they start to ask? I didn't realize anything until I heard people speaking about it on social media in the last 3 or 4 years, maybe. Feminism is backed by masculine men, because if men don't defend it, like, you have to understand, everything that most of the women's movements were given by men, and men are there to support them and do whatever. Like, that's how men work, isn't it? One of the things is like, well, OF is owned by men, so all these women that talk about businesswomen, yeah, but it's still men that provided the platform in order for you to go and make your money. So it's quite funny when people say, "Oh, this and that," but I'm like, you know, just saying. I'm just like, That's what I say anyway. That's what I say. So yeah, the push for new ideas. So the push for the new ideas. I can't remember what year that same-sex marriages were legal, but basically there was there was a lot more freedom, there's a lot more opportunities, there's a lot more there's a lot more laws. The attitudes were changing towards the LGBTQ community. So, with that being said, um, new ideas, and that was beginning of it. And partly is on one of the reasons why there's a war masculinity is because of some of the changes. All right, okay. So I believe that's when things started to change. And the reason I want to talk about it is because if you didn't know what it was like before, you wouldn't understand it. So for the Gen Z that they grow up in new ideas and they've been taught different things, whereas we grew up in a different time and we were taught something completely different. But it's been in the last 10 years, especially in the last 5 years, that there's been a push to change um, um, grown adults, people way of thinking, even though you was taught something completely different. And let's be real, they talk about you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but what you can do is you can teach the next generation. And what happens is there becomes a generational shift. So if you're the parent, if you're the older brother, and then your child goes into school and they're taught something, and then they come home to you, and then you tell them something, what starts to happen is that thing like, oh, mum, you don't know, dad, you don't know, that's old, you're from an old generation, this is what school said. So you have to understand is the school is what the people that teach your kids and indoctrinate your kids. How many hours a day are your kids at school? So I'm saying to you, that's a lot, 5 times that, and if they don't, if you don't teach them something prior to they go to school, the school is going to fill their head up with knowledge, and you're going to end up being a dinosaur trying to speak to a younger person, and they're going to be like, you're out of touch. Because we were all there at some point when we were younger, and our parents trying to speak to us and like, mom, you don't know, it was different in your time. Listen, there's nothing new underneath the sun, but obviously when you speak to younger people, they're always going to feel like you don't know, it was different. Yeah, but no, it's all the same. It's all the same, just different time frames. So yeah, that's quite important. So yeah, the war starts. Okay, the push for new ideas. All right. Okay. So what were the new ideas? What were the new ideas? What was the new ideas? What were the new ideas? What were the new ideas? Gender ideology. Like gender ideology. This is a new idea. It's not a new idea, but it been pushed to the forefront in the way it's been. Yes, it is a new idea, and it was pushed. It was pushed. One of the new ideas was that you can have no gender. All right, this is something I think we all grew up to. Back in the day, they used to call them trannies. You don't call them that now. It's disrespectful to the group, but we all grew up to people that were called trannies, right? Trannies. Okay, so we knew what that was, but we never knew people that were no gender. But that was something that was new. So they started saying gender is a gender is a social construct. Okay? So gender ideology, gender is a social construct. Let me put that there. Alright? social constructs. Okay? So it starts with that. Pronouns. Alright? Pronouns. What were they? It, their, them, who. I still don't get it, but pronouns. So people didn't want to be referred to him, her, or is it him and them? It's so confusing. Trust me, it's confusing. But pronouns became a thing, all right. And the reason I'm trying to make you understand the war masculinity is because a lot of these things have contributed to what is the war masculinity and why men don't feel as if they can be quote unquote of men and do some of the things they used to do and say some of the things they used to say. It's not about shooting down any particular group. That would be crazy. No, we're not doing that. But we're also a group. We're men, and men's mental health is important. So many men contact me and tell me they don't feel as if they can be men. They don't want. One of the things with the man's voice is I don't take what I do lightly. Man, I put myself. How much men want to speak in front of the camera, but they can't due to, their jobs. Some people are in court battles for the kids, so they can't be speaking about certain things. Some people can't articulate themselves well, so they may have a lot of passion and have good ideas, but it's just that when they get in front of a camera, they can't, articulate themselves, or they freeze up. And other people just don't want to be in camera. I know we live in a time where it seems like everybody wants to be on camera, but there are a lot of people that actually don't want to be on camera. If they want to support, they want to have the views. So for those people, I make sure that when I'm on platforms, I always try to represent as well and try to put these things out there. So even certain times I say things, don't think that everything I say, most of it is of course what I definitely believe and it's my rhetoric. But I saw as the man voices means the man's voice. So you're going to say things on behalf of the man and bring them to the forefront because they want you to do that. And, and that's something that that I definitely take. So they were saying gender, that's one of the changes, social construct, okay? All right? And social media, branding, all right? Let's talk about brands. And social media and government. Okay? And government was pushing it. They were giving puberty blockers to kids. They stopped doing it now in the NHS. They were giving out puberty blockers. Like, do you know how messed up as an adult you gotta be? Do you know how messed up as an adult you gotta be to give a puberty blocker to a guys? Take yourself back to when you were a teenager. Think about all the different changes or transformations you've had mentally. Like, you think they know what they want to do? Tell them to cut off their dick. What, are you mad? Like, that's, to me, that equates to child abuse. I'll be real. Like, if a child, do you know what's funny to me? If you go and tell them you want to cut off your arm, yeah. If you go to the doctor today and tell the doctor, I want to cut off my arm. They said, what do you say to me? I want to cut off my arm. You'd be like, what? I just want to cut it off. They're going to put you, they're going to put you in protective custody, literally. They're going to wrap you up and put you away, yeah? But if you go to that same doctor and say, yo, I want to chop off my balls, and you say, why? Oh, because I feel like I want to. He's like, okay, cool, let me refer you to out. What? The reason why sometimes you need to say it like that is because I'm trying to make you understand the logic. If I say I want to cut off my hand, they're going to put me in a mental asylum. They're going to say, why'd you? I'll be like, I identify as one-armed guy. Don't tell me why. I could do what I want. It's my arm. Nah, they're going to put you away. They're going to lock you away. It says, having a baby is a new idea. I think the increased use of technology, the younger generation are very different how it was. These younger generation, the younger generation, in some ways, I love the younger generation. I love what, of course you gotta love the next generation. So I love them anyway. But man, they just be different. They be so different. But you still gotta love them because you ain't got nothing else. Like this is the next generation. You don't have much else. So you still gotta kind of love them. Like, you know what I mean? That's the truth. You just gotta still love them because you don't have much else, and they don't have much else. So brand, social media, the government, okay, things are very different. Things are very different, all right. And the youth is different. The youth, Gen Z. All right. So one of the wars on masculinity is I like to call it toxic feminism. The reason I like to call it toxic feminist or the feminazi is because they say it to us. Yeah, they say it, but they say it to us. All right. So one of the things they say is toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. These are some of the buzzwords that they're going to use, some of the phrases that these women love to throw around. Oh, you're so toxic. Oh, toxic. I was out on the weekend. Shout out to my guy Chinks. Shout out to my guy Kid. And shout out to PP Promotions. We was in South London at some event, and some girl come up to me and she was like, well, a lot of people come up to me and pause for the random, but yeah, and she was like, oh, you're on Backchat, and I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, they say you're toxic. I'm like, yeah, do they? And then she's like, but I watched your stuff, and actually I agree with a lot of the stuff that you. This is what they always say. They always start off with, oh, oh, you hate women. Oh, they always start with that rhetoric. Then it goes to, oh, I watch your stuff. Actually, yes. Actually, yes. Get off my back. Actually, how about that? But first thing, toxic. So toxic masculinity. So they try to attach, anything that men like to do as toxic. Okay, what is toxic masculinity? Firstly, I'm going to say toxic masculinity does not exist. There's not such thing as toxic masculinity. So for you people that are going to watch this and think, oh, no, there's not such thing as toxic masculinity, not such thing. The reason why there's not such thing as toxic masculinity is when your masculinity is not toxic. All right. Women's safety is paramount on masculinity. Okay, the service providers that keep the world running to protect you, a lot of them are masculine, extremely, because they need to be, right? So this thing where people want to label masculinity as all manner of things, in the end it hurts women and it hurts society, because you need strong men. Strong men and women are the backbone of society. So toxic masculinity, you cannot equate anything masculinity to toxic, because masculinity is something that is built the modern world that we have. Masculinity is something which protects us, okay? And you would hope, that you as a woman, you'll be with a masculine man. You would hope that your sister, your mother, your mother, would be with someone that's masculine, like, because you don't want your mother to go and pick somebody and be like, oh yeah, like he's not, nah, especially no. So people they pick the bits of masculinity they don't like. Now for someone like me, for someone like me who is I'm very strong and opinionated, in case you didn't know. But I don't go out there trying to. I've been very careful to stay away from the whole alpha male talk. Even though I've said it now, but I don't go out there trying to push that message. That's not what I go out there trying to push. I think that if you was gonna say what toxic masculinity is, even though it's not such a thing, but if you want to say about some behavior that we should drop out, that will be one of the behaviors. Like what? Wow, man, that's one of the behaviors. But there's nothing toxic about masculinity because masculinity is needed. Okay, it is needed. Masculinity is literally needed. Without it, where would we be? Because when a drama happens, women are gonna want a masculine man, but a lot of times women want Build-A-Bear. They want to have a man that writes poems. They want to have a man that's emotionally ready. They want to have a man that's a millionaire, but also has time to spend time with them to hear it. But you can't Build-A-Bear. A lot of times you can't have it all. You have to pick some parts that you want, but you can't have it all. You know, you can't have it all. Like so toxic masculinity doesn't exist. It's a farce. It's a fallacy. Don't exist. Okay, don't exist. We have to put that there. Doesn't exist. It's a fallacy. It's a farce. Don't make any sense. It does not exist. All right. Toxic masculinity does not exist. All right. This is the war of masculinity. Toxic masculinity does not exist. It doesn't exist because without it, where would we be? Where would we be? All right. Where would we be? Let's talk about women. Toxic masculinity don't exist, okay? Women, insults. So one of the war on men is women and their insults, okay? For example, sassy. They love to throw that one around. They love to throw, oh, he's sassy. He talks about to go. Let me tell you something. They'll try to throw that with me. Oh, he argues with women. I have never ever argued with a woman in my life, like on a platform. I haven't. I'm being honest with you. I know you're looking back to your mind and you're thinking, what? Wait, what do you mean you never ever argued with a woman? I saw you arguing with women. So you're lying to me, China, right now. Yeah, you're lying. I'm like, whoa. Slow down. I'm not lying to you. I know it looks like I was arguing with women, but I've never argued with women. I haven't. But I have argued with a few bitches. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep 100. I've never argued with a woman over a lady. No, ladies don't argue with men. Ladies don't raise their voice to men and get rude and like get aggressive to men. No, I've never argued with a lady. No, that would be disgraceful. I was raised better than that. But if you step out of your line as a woman and you become aggressive I will use my words because that's all I have. And you're not going to strip me of my words. Men, listen to this. They've gone to make you believe that if you speak back to a woman, you're sassy, insults, okay? You've seen a few clips of me where women have insulted me and I've clapped back. And my clapbacks are legendary. You know what? Furthermore, I don't know why people just don't leave me the hell alone. I'm the person you're supposed to leave alone. You should just leave me alone because when I start, people always say I'm the bad guy. But I'm not the bad guy. I just gonna make sure you're gonna learn, and that's what it is. Because why would you start something and then tell me when to? No, you don't get to. You sound like Drake. Drake was telling to Kendrick. Drake was begging Kendrick, drop, push up, drop and give me 50. He was saying, drop and give me 50. Yeah. And then he was begging him not to drop no. Wait, hold on a second. No, that's how some of you guys be. Some of you guys be like that, man. Yo, that's how we crazy. Like, wait, what's going on? So they're saying sassy if you talk back to women. talk back. So man them. So what we have is now we have women that are getting out of line and being hugely disrespectful to you. But if you talk back, that makes you sassy. Okay? Alright? Yeah? Because men don't talk back. But I'm saying if men don't talk back to women and that makes them sassy, then what does that make you then? Alright, cool, that makes you masculine, that makes you something you don't like it. So what are we doing, people? Let's just regulate a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Let's just regulate a little bit, people. I don't know what we're all doing, but I'm saying let's regulate. So they're saying you can't talk back. That's the war was. Let me tell you guys something. I will argue you are not God. Women, I don't know who's told you that you're God. I don't know what makes you think. What do you mean I can't speak back to you? Who are you? You're not my father. What do you mean? You're not my dad. You're not my mum. And you're definitely not God. So therefore, that puts you on equal game. You are not. Right? Crazy behavior. What does sassy mean? Sassy, they're trying to call you DL. Look, that's another one. They want to call man DL. Down low, down low. Okay, that's another one. DL. Down low. Okay. This is another one they want to throw out. DL, right, which is down low, basically means they're calling you gay, all right. And another reason the reason why they like to throw out the reason they like to throw out all of these stuff here is because more women are gay. That's it. A lot of women are bisexual, and they can't understand. That's why they always throw out this stuff. Oh yeah, you're bi. No, because they're bisexual. I said this before. Women are always talking about, I just want to get a bum like her. Oh my God, she's so pretty. Oh my God, her body. Women say dumb stuff like, I'm not gay, but for Rihanna, I would. For Beyonce, I'm like, what straight man is gonna say, oh, I'm not gay, but for 50 Cent, I would? What? You said what? Bro, that's super gay, bro. Like what? But women judge us by their standards. They always do that. They always do that. Just like when they talk about, oh yeah, you know what, oh, all men cheat. No, just the men you date cheat. There's lots of men which don't cheat. Okay? But they be judging you by these standards. You know? So they'll be calling you DL, download. But that's only because a lot of women have had sexual experiences with ladies, and that's the facts. But a woman can have a sexual experience with a woman and come back to date with a man. But once a man goes, that's it, you're super gay, bro. You can't be like, oh, you know what? I just tried it once. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not the same. So a lot of times, women will throw those things at us. So imagine this, like I said to you earlier on. So they're already calling you DL and sassy for talking back. Imagine you're DL and sassy. So they'll call you DL and sassy for talking back, yeah? But they also said that, if you don't want to chill with gays, then makes you gay. But then that means, what do you think they're going to say now if you talk back and you chill with gays? So women pick and choose when they want to use these, but it's all only the fact they're using words to throw out to men, slurs to throw at men. It's not fair, is it? It's not nice. You know what I'm saying? So DL, down low. That's the war of masculinity, because now you're feeling as if that if you speak back, you're going to be starting to call gay. Who wants to be done that? No one will do that. Yeah, so sassy means, sassy, means that you're acting like a woman. Sassy is actually acting like a woman, alright? So that's what they say, the war of masculinity. Alright? Red pill. Red pill content. So, red pill content, the manosphere. What is red pill content? It takes from the Matrix, red pill, blue pill. Essentially, red pill for waking up. Once you waking up to the fact of what's going on in the relationship, you can't go back in, and then everyone else is in the blue pill. And that's essentially red pill content. They have been, in America, they have started to label it as potential, extremism, and put out the views, because you've seen the high profile cases with Tates and what have you not. So red pill content, the war of masculinity, is that a lot of content creators are being hit with all manner of things, and it's just not worth it for them to continue to do that. So you can't hate on that. You just got to understand that that's part of the war on masculinity and the radical content and the content creators, and they'll keep doing a lot of different things in order to, shut it down. The war on masculinity. So woman insult, sassy, trapper, down all red pill content. Yeah. And they'll diss man, they'll be like, oh, you're talking on a podcast. Yeah. So the war of masculinity. Podcast shaming. Can we use that? Yeah, I'll use that. Podcast shaming. What is podcast shaming? Man, a lot of men be getting podcasts, man. Big up all the men that be doing that. Because they have a point they want to get across, and they have a voice, and they have things they want to say. And ultimately, I always believe that you should allow people to judge, people to pick. Yeah, you let the audience decide. You guys don't be saying that, so as long as you've got an audience for it, podcast shaming, the war masculinity is they're trying to tell men that this is why I said to you, they don't care about your mental health, because they're trying to tell men, not another podcast. The price of mics is too cheap. The government put mics in the hood, and now the man them can't stop snitching each other. I've heard it all before. But the same people that are saying that, commenting on me, imagine that. I always laugh because I'm like, 100 comments, good comments, bad comments, don't mean a goddamn thing. Pardon for using the Lord's name in vain. Doesn't mean anything, because at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. It still equates, all right? So, podcast shaming, all right? That's the war of masculinity. Let me give you another one. Age shaming. Women, part of the war of masculinity is women have these modern women anyway, they've lost their ability to compete. And a part of that has come down is, woe is me, and the world has to pen around them. So they like to shame older men that date younger women. Okay, we've said it before, explained it before. But a lot of times, podcast shaming, they want to shame men doing podcasts and doing other stuff because they don't have any hobby. Like, listen to this. One of the things that people always say when they see you doing stuff, they're like, oh, why are you doing that awful? Why are you making money? Are you making money? Regardless of if I make a penny or what, yeah? Are you not allowed to have hobbies? I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a hobby, but are you not allowed to have hobbies? All right? Are you not allowed to have hobbies? Do people go and play football? Do people go gym? Do people swim? Does everything that somebody does, do they have to do it because they want to make money, or do they just do it because they like to do it? So if somebody wants to just do something because they feel that, I believe this, everyone has a voice, and everyone should have everyone has a YouTube or an Instagram, or everyone's got a platform where they've got a bit of a voice. So why would I ever believe that I should silence someone's voice? I don't believe in that censorship issue. I'm like, let everything run out, because what happens is people decide. People pick. People are smart enough to pick what they want to pick. You don't need to start having censorship, It says, it's sassy when men come for women based on looks or life choices. So basically you said it's sassy when men come for or life choices, but when women do it to men, it's okay. That's what I was trying to say. That's not sassy. What do you mean? You might be ugly and you might have effed up your life. You might have 2 baby daddies or 3. What do you mean? Like, that's not sassy. What you got 3 baby daddies for? Like, and don't get mad that I asked you that question. So I'm saying, then you want to tell me I'm sassy. Now I'm going to have to clap back and tell you, oh, should have closed your legs then. So I'm saying, talking about sassy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, and that's how the conversation goes left. So simply, that's how the conversation could just go left, But I don't think it's, I don't think you should be just dissing a woman's looks. Nah, of course not. But I think it's all fair game. And this is what I always tell women: keep your hands to yourself. Don't be disrespectful to men. You don't know how these people were raised. Like, I don't put my hands on women. I got 3 sisters. I don't put my hands on women. No one ever put their hands on my sister because I don't put hands on no one's woman or no one's sister. Do you get me? So I'm saying to you, so that's kind of how I look at it. But it's not sassy to you have to raise your kids, man. Don't have that, man. That's what I'm saying. Get me? Don't have that. Most girls, they do some mad stuff when they're younger, then they learn and they're like, okay, cool, I ain't gonna do that ish again. You get me? So that's about it. Most people learn that ish and then they say, yeah, we're not gonna do that again. You know? So what we got there? Podcast shaming, age shaming, car. They ain't got ish going on. They ain't got ish going on. So that's the war on masculinity. Okay? Age shaming. Age shaming. I'll just start throwing some stuff on. So, alright, cool. So, man, part of the war masculinity, I ain't never gonna get with this. What is up with the nail painting? What is up with the nail painting? Men are painting their nails now, multiple colors, and I put Drake's name there because Drake is a top culprit. This is why, listen, forget that Kendrick washed Drake in the battle. No, just the fact that he be painting his nails. What do you want me to do with a man that paints their nails? Like, seriously, how do you want me to take you seriously? Like, you paint your nails. I mean, real. Maybe some of you guys can follow a man that paints his nails, but I can't. And you shouldn't make me feel bad if I don't want to follow you because I don't understand how we and you can identify that. You paint your nails, I don't. So, men wearing dresses. Ian Wright, Uncle Ian, I am so disappointed in you. Like I said, Uncle Ian, I'm so You went through your whole career, Ian Wright. You did the mad thing. You went through your whole career. You did everything, yeah. And then now you're there sitting in a. Oh, they had the same. My teacher had that back in school. The little plated number. Man sitting there with his little plated number. Yeah, man, you let man down with that one. With roller skates, it don't make no sense. It doesn't, all right. But these rappers are doing it. They're all doing it. But I just used those two because that was also recent. Drake's painting his nails. Like I don't understand it. They want to be women so much. Do you reckon Drake did all of that choice or was it labels? I don't know. Whether or not labels told you to do it or you did it off your own back, you did it, innit? And it just shows you even more reason why you don't have no more control. Yeah. Some of it like that. But I was disappointed in it. Then some people started saying, oh, yeah, you guys don't know what it is. I hate, it's black people that it's women as well. Women always push that. I couldn't believe women trying to say, oh yeah, you men are just insecure. Okay, black women. What? Because it was I see it on the Shade Bar or some of those places. I was like, so you're telling me you want your man to wear a skirt and roller skates? Is this what? Remember I said that to you. Women, they'll start telling me I'm insecure. So I'm saying, so what you want to see your man, ladies, is this what you want? You want your man to be in a skirt, in a frilly skirt and skates. Because if he doesn't want to do it, he's insecure. Remember I said that thing, bro, if that's the case, then I'm insecure, but I love it, bro. I love it over here. Me. Listen, I'm one insecure mofo. If that's the case, because ain't nothing insecure about that. Nothing insecure about that. That's what I'm saying. Nah, man. Man, you just can't be selling out for that, man. For the bag, you can't. And as soon as people do that, listen. There's a lot of things. If I wanted to just go skyrocket and be super successful, there's a lot of things I could do. I could say, but I choose to be honest. I could be lying to you like a lot of these other people are, but we're not gonna get it that way. We'll get there the way that I want to get there. So I'm saying to you, but no, like I can get there like a lot of other people, yeah, and do it how they do it. Nah, man, but that's not my vibe. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it the right way. Guys, please like the video. Please like the video. So where are we? What else? What else do men have to put up with? All right. What else do men have to put up? The war of masculinity. What do you put up with? Come on, keep it, guys. Keep it flowing. I like to keep it flowing. Keep the chat going. I see all the messages and that. I love it. Keep it flowing, please, my chat gang. Keep it flowing, but I like it. I like it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Hateful agendas. What I will say, the war of masculinity. The war. Let me look. I would say try to figure it out. Yeah. Papa shaming, A shaming, no pain. Masculinity. Guys, come. The fear of having to go your own opinion and being. Guys, we're streaming on YouTube. Pop across. We're having the war on masculinity, and we're having a whiteboard session. So you won't be able to see it back to front if you're on Instagram. So hop across to YouTube, link in the bio, and you'll see it. The war on masculinity. Schools. Boys will be boys, man. What happened to boys will be boys? So I covered a story about some boys in some 15-year-old boys in a Australian private school that did a secret Telegram group, and they were ranking the girls and they were rating the girls. But then when the school found out, the boys got expelled, and apparently they called the police. I'm gonna be real. I can't remember how they ranked them, but some of the names were funny, man, as hell. But some of them, yeah, they went a bit too far. But what I was saying is, you're about to ruin these young men's lives. Like, you're ruining police in their 15. They just everyone made these rating things. You're about to ruin their life. And it's like, what happened to boys will be boys? What happened to be boys will be boys? You want to punish them and you want to now, like, what? At that age, what happened to boys will be boys? What, that don't exist no more? There's no more boys will be boys. I don't think so. No more boys will be boys? So, that's the war of masculinity, because boys have been told they can't even, be boys. You all did stuff like that, rape the girls. The girls rape men all the time. The whole world rapes people. I'm saying? The whole world rapes people. So that's definitely a war on masculinity. Because the young boys already learning from young. Listen, you better keep that. You know what I'm saying? Tone police. Do you know what people say to me? Oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, it's your tone. But I'm like, I'm tired of you guys. You guys want some cotton mittens. Cotton mittens. We want to be looked after like that with some cotton mittens. You don't want cotton mittens, man. You just have to get this work. So I'm saying, just that's all you need. You don't need a cotton mittens. You just got to get this work. You don't need cotton mittens. You just have to get this work. All right, that's all you need. No mittens are needed over here. Just straight wizard. All right. Tone police. Yeah. The angry. Tone police. And I feel a little extra. The angry black man. You know they like to always be labeling and making the black man to be looking angry and crazy. But nah, we got a little bit more bass, a little bit more passion. That's all it is. They always want to be like, oh, you're aggressive. Aggressive for what? Aggressive for what? Man's not aggressive, man's easy. But man just not, see, masculinity, they have shrunken masculinity so much that people are scared to be anything. So now, when people hear a bit of bass or a little bit of, oh my God. And that's what it is, like, what? Come on. So when they do that, that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. When they do that, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens, all right? That's exactly what happens. So, it's a war of masculinity, man. And the angry black man. Man, you get labelled that in the wrong end with a court, yes. Kalash. You're done. That's it. And the OT in the different ends, yeah, you're done. The angry black man label, yeah, you're done. You're cooked. That's it. I'm gonna send you up north, B. People are raised too soft. Men need to be immune to being tough. So, yeah, man. Everybody gone soft. Not even soft. Everybody gone soft. Pause. So I'm saying, that's getting me tone police. The angry black man. They love to do that one. The angry black man. He's angry. Okay. So let's run through it. The war of masculinity, okay? What's the reason behind the war? What's the issue? There's no issue with masculinity, but you can't have what? One of the reasons they hated Tate, there's lots of reasons, but essentially, look, men should be out there, working 60 hours a week of paid work that they can get minimum. It builds a good work ethic, it builds and it helps the family, right? Like when you have men that go to the gym in physical condition, men that are outspoken, men that are willing to, they're not gonna, they're gonna push back. Like You don't want to have 1,000 men like that, 2,000 men like that. That's an army of strong men. Then you have a nation of them. No, that's people that can't be controlled. That's people that don't listen. Like, that's people that are just gonna take whatever jab you want to put in their butt cheek. That's what's gonna happen. But when you get people that are strong, that are willing to fight. Remember, I talked about all the things we spoke about strong, physical, emotional, mental. When you get someone like that, it's completely different. All right, and they don't want people physically strong, emotionally strong, mentally strong, with opinions, who are willing to push back. Why would they want that? You're building an army against you of intelligent, strong people. Why would you want that? Of course not. So that's really what I see. By keeping people weak, subdued, certain things happen in life, and that's just what it is. You don't have to go into each and everything. I don't. It's not like I have a guarantee. Nah, but I know what I know. So it's control. It's always been about control. It's always, everything in the world is about control. Someone's controlling something. Everybody wants control of something. Don't ask yourself why someone else wants control of what you have. Everybody wants control of something. Okay? Yeah. So the war, so everybody wants control. They want control. Control. Weak men, masses. So I'm saying, when you got men, a bunch of puppy dogs, lap dogs that can just be molded, malleable. They can just be shaped. That's what you have there. A bunch of malleable men that can just be shaped. Go get your rest, bro. Go get your rest, bro. All right. Big you up. Thank you, man. A group of feminists is just a group of men is a revolution. There you go. So, the war masculinity, let's run through it. What is masculinity? We spoke about that. And then we said that it's the recognition, but your peer group, opposite sex, strong. A man is strong. That's physical, also emotional, mental. He has responsibility and accountability and has self-control and the ability to set boundaries that protect himself and also protect his loved ones. I think that was a good start into what masculinity is. And then once we kind of figured out what masculinity was for us and what we recognize it to be, I then said, throw me some names of some masculine men that throw me some names. And some of the names that we got way more than this, but it was going to take up the list. But Bruce Willis, Top G, Vin Diesel, Steven Seagal, Dolph Lundgren, Mr. T, Mike Tyson, Tupac, Donald Trump, Wesley Snipes, Van Damme, Sly Stallone, 50 Cent, DMX, Jason Statham. Just by those names alone, you have a picture. If you know those actors of what we look, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely a masculine feature, look, or attitude, whatever you want to call it. We got it in it, yeah. Alright. So we then spoke about when did the shift start to happen? What happened? So we kind of said, I said it's about 2010. The war starts. This is when they push new ideas. The LGBTQ gets a lot more support, and things like gender ideology start to pop up. Social construct, gender as a social constructs. Pronouns. Yeah, pronouns. So pronouns, him, her, they, them. That starts to pop up. Alright? Then toxic masculinity. That is something that they like to label men toxic masculinity. First of all, I just have to say it does not exist. Toxic masculinity is a complete and utter farce. Attaching toxicity to masculine is what they do in order to try to. That's what they want to do. Have a bad taste in your mouth. It's toxic. It's completely utter. But masculinity is the very reason why we are all safe right now. Okay, because a lot of masculine men do a lot of stuff for us. You know, so. Brands, social media, government, they all pushing new ideas. Like we said, there was a stage where they was giving out puberty blockers on the NHS. They're not currently doing that now, but there was a stage that they was doing that. They was giving out puberty blockers on the NHS. So brands, social media, you know, the government are all the ones that push those ideas to Gen Z. All right, and one of the reasons that they push those ideas to Gen Z is because they're very impressionable, they're young, and they're the future. It's very, you can clearly see the stance that I have and a lot of other people have. They're not going to change our minds, all right? But what they can do is, like I said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but, you know, you definitely can teach the young G's. So toxic masculinity does not exist. You need masculinity. And I can say the same thing about toxic feminists or feminazi. I can say all of that stuff. The fact is, there's always going to be a few extremists in any group, right? Women, insults, all right? They call men sassy. We spoke about that for talking back. I told man them, you don't need to be arguing with women, but don't have a woman disrespect you. Definitely say your piece and then keep it moving. You don't have to argue with them, yeah? But just say your piece and keep it moving. Guys, please like the video. We've got new people in the chat. Please like the video. If this is the first time here, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, hit us with a super chat and keep it moving. They'll say things like you're DL, you're down low. Man, this is just crazy to me. And I said it earlier, the reason why they say this is because a lot of women are DL. A lot of women are bisexual. A lot of women would sleep with women if they could. But there's no such thing as a bisexual man. There's only gay. Trust me. That's it. Yes, you can say that you sleep with both, but if you're, to me, to men, we don't think, oh, you know what bisexual, it just means you're greedy. And I don't understand how people are single and bisexual. Listen, that lets me know you're the problem because you have access to men and women. And if you're not racially loyal as well, imagine being bisexual and non-racially loyal. What? You can have the whole world and you're still single. It tells me you're effed up because you can have men, women, and any color in the race in the world, and you're still single. Yeah. Now, you're a big problem. It's you. It really is. So where was we? Yes, insult, sassy, talk about DL, Red Pill content. The war on Red Pill content. And what is Red Pill content? Red Pill is waking up. Men need to have spaces where they can come to pause and they can speak about issues that affect them. It doesn't matter how many people look. I will do this for them. Men need to have spaces that they come. And what all I ever see is women over in our spaces telling them why we can't do the things that we. No, that's messed up. You don't find me on a woman's page telling women, oh, they can't. Women be talking about us all the time. Go talk, man. Go over there and talk and gas. It's fine, but when we want to talk, we might just have a couple man there and they really want to be aware. Because wherever we talk is lit. Women don't want to be around other women talking. They want to be around the man them. So then, podcast shaming. Oh, not another podcast. The government put mics in the hood, man them can't stop talking. Oh, they need to start putting the price up and put. Most people have given up. And because they've given up, they expect you. Why would I give up? I'm doing multiple other things. Don't try to put your thing. No, I don't do that. Get me? Age shaming. Women, it's like they want you to die. What do you want me to do? Like, do you not want me to get older? Do you just want me to just get older and just give up and just die? Like, that's what. Hell no. Hell to the NO. What? So, if a lot of people have given up, so they don't understand why you haven't given up. And in order to make themselves feel better, Yeah, they have to stop trying to do, oh, you're too old to do this or this, that, oh, yo, have you thought about, nah, B, like, worry about your life. A lot of people have given up, they've failed, like, because they've given up on their dreams or they've given up trying new things. So when they see you, it just reminds them of the reason why they should be doing what they're doing. So I'm saying, and they'll say things like, oh, older men only want a younger woman because they want to manipulate it because they can't handle a strong woman. No, 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 no. Yes, we don't want no strong-headed woman. No, we don't. What am I doing with that? You're talking rubbish. Like, that's not a selling point to a man, a strong-ass woman. No, my mum's a strong woman. I don't want to marry no woman like my mum. You're right. God damn, no. I need me a chill woman. Please, please, please. Nail painting. What is going on? Man like Drake. This is why Kendrick had to wash the floors and they ain't like us. No, they're not. Because how do you want me to, man are painting their nails and they're showing them off. They're showing them like this. What's going on? Where can I get, I can't do nothing with this. Like, and then these are the people that are leading the new school, so all the young G's are gonna see it and be like, my favorite artist paints his nails. What the hell? Shout out to Zuki. She says, our community need these conversations. I be always trying to have these conversations, but they don't want to have them. They don't want to have these conversations, but I legit be trying to have these conversations. I legit be trying to have these conversations because they're important. Like, I be trying to have all different types of conversations. And on the live streams, I try to put it out so we can have conversations. Obviously, other people can go and watch it afterwards. The dress, Ian, right? God damn, son. In high school, you was the man, son. What the fuck happened to you? Ian, what happened to you? In high school, you was the man, Ian. You was Uncle Ian, you was. Then I see you doing up, oh, you're not only doing up, you're doing up plated skirt or roller skates with your legs crossed. What is going on? Oh, you really clock life, like you're really rich, you're really being successful. Why do you have to put on the dress? You know your community don't want that. So then you go know that now. What now? Bro. Schools. Part of is the war of masculinities. What happened to boys who being boys? You know? Boys are now being scolded for being a little bit too boisterous. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's just getting out of control. Like I spoke about earlier on in Australia, the school that suspended the boys for making rating systems about girls. I said, what? Man, you should be happy your sons are just doing it. You get me? Certain men are happy that their sons are doing that. I'll be like, well, yeah, my son's on point. You get me? I'll be like, don't do that again, son. But still, at least I know my son's out there trying to whiz up the gun. Yeah, that's my son there. What are you talking about? Tone police. Oh, it's not what he says, it's the way he says it. Listen, oh, you don't go to your doctor and you say, oh, it's how you administer them. Listen, you go take the medicine, you swallow that. Don't tell them if they tell you to how they tell you to take that medicine, you're taking that. Don't become treat me like that. I'm your doctor, so when I tell you, that's it. It's just medicine. You might not like it, but it's good for what ails you, right? The angry black man, all right? Ooh. Oh, he's angry. He's always shouting. He was like, no, I ain't angry, man. I'm passionate. You guys need to learn something today. Don't let them try to lie no, man's passionate. There's nothing wrong with having passion. And because they're not used to seeing it, they want to label it as aggression. Nope. Nah, B. I'm not aggressive. I can get extremely aggressive, but nah, I don't walk around getting aggressive. No, I just go 0 to 100 real quick, like so I can flip it. That's something different. I don't need a warm up. I just say what? That's it. And we activate, as they say. All right. But I'm not angry black man. Lots of opportunities coming. And you know what it is as well. A lot of the things that I thought, people say, oh, we should. Nah, I've turned that to be some of the best opportunities and best moments and, things happening for me. So stop listening to people, man, because they just be hating anyway. And control weak men. The war on masculinity controls weak men. Simps, beta males. Yeah? All right? And that's what's going on. Really, that's what is going on. You hearing me? That's the war of masculinity. All right. How have we done, guys? How have we done? I feel like it's been a good whiteboard session. I feel like we got some content. I'm gonna be I always say I'll post these up, but I'm gonna put up loads. I'm gonna put up on the community page, and then you guys can get. I'll take a picture of it, and you can get a little closer to it, and then you guys can go look at it. Yeah, no, it's been good. I think we've done well. Big up everyone. Been a good evening. Thank you, man. It was a bit of a random one, but we'll be back streaming again. We keep it consistent. You know, I appreciate everyone that pulls into the stream and supports the live streams. I appreciate all of you guys. Like I said, if you want to really support them, please hit us with a super chat, donation, whatever you like. Join our membership, but at least like the video, man, and subscribe to the channel, man. You know you want to. And if you turn notification, never miss an upload. Shout out to my guy, 5-star darling. I see you been in here all evening. It's like a one guy up on Instagram. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I see you in there, man. Arteta said these simps are celebrity simps are worse. Big up Zuki says, thank you for standing on business. Listen, one thing about me, I'm always gonna stand on business. Listen, one thing about me is you don't gotta worry about that. You don't gotta worry. One thing about Chai, he's gonna stand on business. That's one thing you gotta know, is that I'm gonna stand on it 100 Montana. So I'm saying, no, that's one. I take my position here very seriously. I appreciate all the people that take time to watch the lives. Like, so I'm saying to you, like, it's not by you know, I take time. I appreciate all the stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? So, and you know, we're a community, and even when I'm tired, like I'm super tired now, I'm gonna just let it run to 2 hours and then but even I still try to pull up. I know it's been a few nights that I haven't been about a week. But it's because I've been busy filming and doing other stuff, but I have to also make sure the community, you know, we keep bringing the moments and keep talking about the stuff that people want us to do. Guys, man's on Backchat season 6. Have you checked it out? Have you guys checked it out? Come on, tell me you checked it out. Episode 2. Go check that out on Backchat. Season 6. It's going to be a very hot summer. It's going to be a very hot summer. We shot a lot of episodes. So go check out episode 2. Episode 3 is dropped as well, but I'm not in that episode. But yeah. And people be like, where was you going? I was tuning to see. I'll be like, listen, you can't see me every second, because then you're not gonna appreciate me. If I'm on there every week, you're not gonna appreciate me. You're gonna be like, what? Like what? Like, yo, peace out business. I see you. Like, if I'm there every single, you know, you're gonna be like, oh, cha. I need you're gonna miss my presence. When you miss me, then I'm gonna pop up like, yo, Peekaboo, I see you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be popping up like, Peekaboo, I see you. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's that deep. You know. So, guys, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I want you to turn notification bell so you never miss an upload. And yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I think we got to really, yeah. The war of masculinity, man. So we got. I think we've established that there is a war. There's a war going on outside. No one is said, yeah. Shout out to MOB. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There is. And whether or not you like it or not, we have all been drafted in, okay? Whether or not you like it or not, we have all been drafted in. And there is a war going on outside, and we've all been drafted into the war, okay? So whether or not you like it or not, we're all fighting this together. You know when they say you're fighting a good fight? Yes, we're all fighting this together. We're fighting a good fight, you know? So yes, man. Guys, please like the video. I want you guys to go check out all the other playlists as well. I put out so much content, so many videos out on the channel. So I want you to go check it out. What's Zuki saying? Most on that show lack wisdom and foresight, hence why I was initially skeptical, but people like you on Backchat are great to see. Listen, oh my God, can I tell you something? Backchat. All right. So the format for me that they speak. Thank you very much for saying that as well. The format for me is not the format I want to do because I like to cook. You know me. Listen to the conversation. I like to. By the time I start trying to spit someone's already shutting me down already in backchat because they don't want to hear me. So it's not that format, but at the same time, it's a good opportunity. It's a big platform. People will, like, my whole thing is this. I don't care about comments. I don't care about what I get posted about all the blogs I see. I wake up at this. It's not even 10 a.m. I'm seeing 100 comments, people talking about me. I'm like, wow, what? So my thing as well, being, like I look at myself being an older man as well, being there as well, a lot of younger people. Like I'm there to provide something. I'm there to provide experience, provide a different way of thinking. That's what I'm there to do. I'm not there to do whatever, innit? There's a reason that I'm there for, innit? And that's what I'm gonna be there for as well. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, there was a reason why I was there. So a war with government sanctions and the kids' education, in my opinion, is where they have started poisoning their minds early with miseducation. Yeah, they be That's what I told you guys. Listen, I recommend this is what you do. You homeschool your kids from early, okay? From about like you teach your kids all the stuff you want to teach them, and then once you do, send them to school because they're already shaped. But if you take your kid to school, they're gonna fill up your kids, naive mind, innocent mind, with all these things, syllabuses that they've been told to follow, and then that's gonna be your kid kalash. So I'm saying. So my advice to you is, if you really want to, you better spend a lot of time with your child, and cultivate some family and because if not, man, then that's what you gotta do, man. But yeah, no, yeah, Backchat is. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday anyway. I don't know any of the episodes, guys. I don't know any of the episodes. I don't know how they drop in the episodes. I don't know, but yeah, they are dropping the episodes, and I want everyone to go and check it out. So I'm saying to you, make sure you go and check it out. Subscribe to Trend Central as well. We'll show them some love. They definitely it's a platform, and there's other stuff that's going on, and there's lots of other videos over there, and that's what we're going to be doing. Your thoughts on the Barack Obama crying as a leader? I didn't see him crying. If he's crying, yeah, that's dead ass. But Obama, he dropped a bomb and killed Gaddafi. I don't want to hear Obama. Yeah, he killed Colonel Gaddafi, and he was a great man in Africa. So I don't want to hear nothing. One thing you say about Trump, you do realize Trump is the only president that had peace. He didn't put no troops on the ground. Like, it's not about supporting. I'm just like, he killed. If Trump killed Gaddafi, I'll be saying F him too, but he didn't though. They dropped a bomb and then they destabilized Libya, which was a flourishing African country. Tripoli, we used to fly for Tripoli, and then now Libya's a war zone and dealing with slaves and that. So you guys have to be a little bit more educated and learn a little bit more. It's just like with the Vladimir Putin thing. I'm sure if you want to educate yourself a little bit more, you would understand why some of the things are going on. But if you just take them, the media, you just think that man, just wake up one day and say, you know what, man won't just drop bombs. Nah, it doesn't tend to be that. But they would have you believe that. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? My level of intellect, and it's not trying to be big-headed. No, I'm just like, I'm extremely intelligent, and I read a lot and I research a lot. So I don't just go and sit. People, if I just go sit down, no, I spend a lot of time reading. I've always read. I've always researched. It's my thing. My dad's a scholar. He's got two PhDs. We've got big libraries. I spent my whole young life reading. So it's not something that I don't do. I definitely read. But a lot of stuff that I read is just not a platform to speak about it on. And so, we're cooking anyway. So I'm cooking, let me cook, man. I'm cooking, let me cook, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm cooking, let me cook, yeah? He says, I shall meet you one day, brother. I'm sure we can drop gems and talk about. Yeah, don't worry. When I do the man, guys, I got a live show that's happening. Happening on, I don't even know the date. See, before I start, but yeah, it's the pod. What's it? It's the pod. The pod squad. Shout out to Jedi. Shout out to Glam. Glam Tans. And shout out to who else is involved? The Grapevine podcast, the Girls from Brom, Sofa and Show, big them up. They put on an event, and I'm going to be there live doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be lit. So guys, please like the video. My name is Channel the Man with Voice. Turn the notification bell so you never miss an upload. If this is the first time you are watching, and thank you for watching, but make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel in any way, then it's quite easy. Hit the dollar button and you can, do a one-off donation. And if you're really, really in your bag, then please subscribe to our membership. We have 3 separate tiers and we are out.